Okay, so in this video, I'm going to be teaching you how I get things done. Not one day, not 2 days, not one week, but every single day. So medical school is very, very stressful, very, very stressful. I don't lie to you. And there are so many days where you just want to take a break. There are so many days where you feel so tired. Everywhere is noisy. There's no light. Just a lot of things that bother you. But the point is, in all this chaos, in all this noise, it is very, very easy to get lost in the noise and end up doing nothing. You could get tired every day. You could go to classes 7 to 4, 7 to 5 every day, and by the time you get back to your cell, you're supposed to rest and start reading. Something happens. You're not able to read. Okay, today is this came up, tomorrow that came up, or the next another thing came up. you know all these things happen daily, and I noticed this and it was eating up my time. I wasn't reading as much as I was meant to. I was stretching myself out too thin, focusing on a lot of things that were beneficial to me, but at that time those were not the right things for me to do. I wasn't really good with my time planning, when I started, but slowly, slowly, I started developing these skills. I'm going to teach you how I go about planning my time. I'm going to teach you about my routine, how I set up systems to make sure that no matter the situation, I show up and do what I'm meant to do as a student. I study. So, if you want to be very, very consistent, you need to train yourself like a robot. And I know that sounds, you probably don't like the sound of that. I didn't either as well when I was advised about this. You need to train yourself like a robot. What does that mean? You need to set up a system, you need to set up a routine that you are going to follow 100% of the time. I mean, there could be times when life happens, when there are situations where you cannot just show up. That's very fine, but you make up for it, yes. But those situations don't come daily. They don't come all the time. I mean, the genuine situations where you actually can't show up. Maybe you're sick, for example, something like that. If you're sick, you can't read, you can't study. No. So that's very understandable. But talking about things like, okay, or you don't have motivation, or you don't feel like it, you don't feel like reading, or you want to take a break, or I just wrote an exam, I feel like taking a 1 week break, things like that. Those are just excuses. Those are just excuses. Moving forward, you need a routine. You need a routine that helps you, that gets you to work automatically. You don't have to start thinking, what do I have to do with my time? What do I have to Okay, you don't have to think about that because it's already set already. So I have my own routine. It's on my phone that I'm using to record right now. But maybe I'll make another screen recording video. I'm going to show you my routine. So every day, every 24 hours I spend, no, not 1 hour goes unaccounted for. No, it took me a lot of time to get this. But right now, today is Sunday. Let me check. Today is Sunday, 25th May, 4:09 p.m. And from 4 to 5 on Sundays, I'm here. I'm recording videos for this course. You know, I'm editing the videos. Try my best to see how I can, just make things better moving forward. You know, as regards to this content that I'm creating for you guys. So this is the only time I have to do this. If there's any extra time during the week, maybe class gets cancelled or something. Yes, I can. If I have things to do, maybe I'm not done editing the videos, I can do that. But on a normal week, this is the only 1 hour period, the only 1 hour window that I have to do this. And that's just to show you that I have systems, I have routines. No, I'm not here every day. No, because I said I'm going to record the course for you guys does not mean okay. I have I'm going to be coming here every day when I'm supposed to be reading for my exams and all. Do you get me? My the point is that I have systems that help me to take one step at a time towards my goals. So I have this exam tomorrow. We're writing anatomy abdomen exam tomorrow, but I still get to show up here. Why? Because of my systems. I've been reading since, like, I did not start reading last week. I didn't start reading 2 weeks ago, not even 3 weeks ago. So because of my systems, I already started reading since we started this blog. And now that we have exam tomorrow, it doesn't mean that I'm so confident that I'm going to pass the exam. That's why I'm here recording this video. It's just telling you how important time management and systems and routines are. So if your time is managed very well, then you are going to be able to, you're going to be able to diversify effectively. We are going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about it in one of these videos, moving forward. So you need to create a routine. And how do you create a routine? You can write it out, you can type it out. I have mine typed out and I also have it written, but I usually prefer the typed out version because I can always change it. It's very flexible, it's not so rigid, it's very very flexible, so I get to edit every now and then. But if it's on my jotter here, I just have to keep canceling things here and there. So on a typical Sunday like this, today is Sunday. On a typical Sunday, after I wake up and I go to jog, I come back, get breakfast, and then 10 to 12, from around 10 to 12, I use that for histology. I read histology practice. I read histology. I review histology slides. Then 12 to 1, that's lunchtime for me. Then 1 till 4, that's for me to read. I have an exam tomorrow, so I was reading during that time. I just finished my study session right now. Um, 4 till 5 is for me to record my videos, what I'm doing right now. Then 5 to 6, that's supper time. Take get my food, eat, and then from 6 all the way to 12 and sometimes 1. Today is going to be 1 because I have exam. I'm reading anatomy. So do you see how I already know what I'm meant to do with my time? So anything that pops up, you know, especially times when exams are very near, I do not compromise my schedule. No matter what, I don't compromise my schedule, whether it's meetings, whether it's I don't want to know. If I have an exam tomorrow, I'm very, very, very militant in my time. I block distractions. Anything that needs my time on days like this, I don't give into it. So it's not that no that I don't want to, but it's just based on my priorities, you know. So my routine also sets, it also helps me to recover you know um from things like maybe I'm sick and I'm not able to read. Based on my routine, I know, okay, since I wasn't able to read this day, okay, there's this time period here that is very free that I can use to make up for the time that I lost. Or times, okay, when I was still a senator, no, when I was still a senator in my class, I used to have senate meetings, and several times, it falls on evenings when I usually read. So during those meetings usually last hours. I mean, hours as long as my own normal studies sessions. So during those times, whenever I miss my study sessions because of the meetings I'm going to, I always know that okay, I'm going to make up for it because there's another time period somewhere else, another day that I can use to read what I missed on. Do you understand me? So the point is that you can still, no, we are still going to talk about diversification. I said it earlier. I'm going to talk about diversification in another video. But the main point is the routine that you have is going to help you to manage your time effectively. It's going to help you to make the best out of the time you have, because time flies. And if you spend your time, if you don't have a routine, if you don't have, no, it doesn't have to, if it doesn't even have to be written. Like, I already know my routine in my head. I don't even really have to check my phone anymore because it's already in my head. But at first you need to write it out. So you need, if you have a routine, you know what to do with your time. If you know what to do with your time, then no matter whatever it is, you're not going to be scared. Oh, am I spending this time doing the right thing? You're not going to feel guilty. No. Especially when you take on other responsibilities, this routine that I've built, helps me. I said I was a senator before. When I was a senator, I was still I was still showing up. It did not affect me education wise because of the routines I put in place. If I didn't put those routines in place, then it will have affected me. But this routine helps me to protect my energy, it helps me to know what I'm supposed to do. And I don't just follow it. As I said at the beginning of this video, I don't follow my routine or just 1 week and then the next week I'm doing whatever I want. I follow it every single day. For the past 9 months or so that I've been in preclinicals, I do not remember one day that I did not read or study or do MCQ or do something related to whatever it is that my schedule tells me that I'm supposed to be doing. Like, I do not remember one day. It's not that I'm that disciplined. It's just that the routine that I've put in place makes it easier for me. So whenever no things come up, whenever I need to attend to something, whenever life happens and I'm not able to show up, I know that I'm not in trouble. I don't get this academic danger feeling as often as when I didn't have a routine. I'm not saying if you have a routine, everything is going to be perfect or that's the holy grail. No, I'm not saying that. It's just going to reduce it. In closing, you don't need more time. You don't need more time. You just need to be able to manage the time that you have effectively. If you're able to manage your time effectively, then you're going to see that you're going to make the best use out of it and you're going to be better off that way. I like to leave you with this quote by James Clear that says, we do not rise to the level of our goals, but we fall to the level of our systems. What that means is that almost everybody has the same goals. Okay, so for us as medical students, your goal is probably, I want to get 3 distinctions in my part 1 MB, part 2 MB. Almost everybody has that goal. But do you know what differentiates each and every one of us? Is the actions that we take, the consistent and persistent actions that we take towards those goals. So if you say you want to get 3 distinctions, but you spend 80% of your day doing things not related to your academics, you don't have a schedule, you don't know what you're doing with your time, or you just find yourself just doing random things, you can't expect to get the same results as somebody who does show up every day, has a routine, does what they're meant to do at the right time. You can't, even though both of you have the same goal, one person is working towards it more than you. I hope you've been able to gain a lot of value from this. I'll make another video explaining my routine, my weekly routine to you guys. I'll see you on the next one.